Today we are going to do a side-by-side comparison of 3 popular lavalier microphones, and then we're going to find out if one of them is the best microphone for your smartphone. The mics we're going to use today are the BOYA BY-M1, the RODE SmartLav Plus, and the Audio-Technica ATR3350 IS. And by the way, the microphone you're listening to right now is the BOYA BY-M1. And I almost forgot, we're also going to do a comparison between those 3 microphones and the onboard microphone on my iPhone 7. So you can hear all of those, then you can decide if you need a mic or if you don't need a microphone. Now, as I said before, the mic you're currently listening to is the BOYA BY-M1. It runs about $16 on Amazon, maybe between $16 and $20, depending if you get Prime or not. And the cable is quite long. The cable is 6 meters long, and that can be really convenient if you're gonna put your phone up on a tripod and step away from it so you can film yourself. 6 meters is quite long, and you can pretty much run all around your phone without the risk of ripping it off the tripod. Now, the BOYA BY-M1 comes with a little capsule, and inside that capsule, it requires a battery. But the good thing about this is, unless you're plugging it into a camera, you don't need to turn it on. The on means you're gonna connect it to a camera, and the off, which means there's no battery used, that means you're going to connect it to your smartphone. And the connector is a TRRS connection, which means you plug it into your smartphone and you're ready to go. Now, before I clip on the next mic and show you what that sounds like, I want you to go down and leave a comment below and let me know what microphone you're using, or if you're using any microphone at all, as well as any audio apps that you might have on your phone. I read every single comment and I reply to as many people as I can. And when this video is over, I'm going to go down there and continue this conversation. So go down there and let me know what microphone you're using. And by the way, the sound that you're hearing from all the microphones is raw straight out of the microphone. I'm not going to add any EQ or any compression or anything else that could possibly change the sound. At most, I'll raise the volume to balance out the sound of the 3 microphones. The microphone that you're listening to right now is the RODE SmartLav Plus. It's the most expensive microphone that we're going to discuss today, running about $70 US on Amazon, and it has the shortest cable. Now, the cable length could be a disadvantage or an advantage depending on how you shoot. I personally like the cables to be a little bit longer, but maybe not 6 meters. This one's pretty short, it's only about 1 meter. And the RODE SmartLav Plus is the only microphone we're discussing today that doesn't require a battery. And the connector is a TRRS connector. That means you can plug it right into your smartphone and it's gonna work. So now that you've heard 2 of the lavalier microphones, let's see what the onboard microphone on the iPhone 7 sounds like, so you can get a good comparison between a lavalier mic and no mic at all, and then you can decide if this is something that you need or not. So now the sound that you're hearing is just from the iPhone. The lavalier mics are turned off, so now you decide if this sounds better or does this sound better. That's entirely up to you. Now, a few people have commented and asked me in previous videos if when you plug a microphone into your phone, does it automatically start recording with your video? And the answer is usually. So what happens is, in most cases, specifically with the iPhone, as soon as you plug the microphone in, it overwrites the internal microphone. And if you find that your phone isn't doing that, go into your settings and look for an option that allows you to choose an external microphone. And if your app isn't doing it, it might have settings as well. Go in there, again, look for an external microphone. And if your app doesn't do that, then maybe look into getting a different app. But if you have a phone that does not have a headphone jack, and I don't know why they took headphone jacks out of phones, but if this is the case, then you're gonna need a Lightning or a USB-C to 3.5 millimeter connector, which is basically the little dongle that you plug into what used to be the headphone jack, and then you plug the microphone into that. Okay, so now the microphone you're hearing is the Audio-Technica ATR3350 IS. It also has a long cable, it's about 6 meters long, and it also needs a battery to operate. Now, unlike the BOYA, you actually have to turn this battery on to use it either on your camera or on your phone, and it is going to eat up the battery. And the plug is a TRS connector, which means it'll work in your laptop or your computer or even your camera, but not your phone. However, they do include an adapter, which is a TRS to TRRS adapter that has a really cool headphone port in it so you can monitor what's going on, and then you can plug it right into your phone. However, I need to be real with you about this microphone. I just got it yesterday, and I tested it on my DSLR, I tested it on my phone, and I tested it on 2 different Zoom audio recorders, and the audio signal is incredibly low. And what happens is when you have to pump that up to hear it, you're gonna get background noise, and you don't want that. So because of this, I do not recommend you purchase this microphone. I'm gonna put a link down in the description below anyway, so you can go and read some reviews and make your own decision, but I don't recommend it. I have seen some people who say it works fine, and I've seen other people who have the same problem as I do. So personally, I would stay away from this microphone, and I'm just trying to keep it real. Now, if you want my honest opinion about which one of these lavalier microphones I prefer, I like the BOYA BY-M1. This sounds a little bit bassier. It's very inexpensive. It's the cheapest microphone that we're talking about today. And I really like the fact that even though it takes a battery, that you don't actually have to use up the battery for it to work in your smartphone. So I'm taking the BOYA BY-M1 microphone every single time over these other microphones. And a matter of fact, like I said before, I'm not even recommending the Audio-Technica 2. So if it's between the SmartLav and the BOYA, I like the BOYA. But listen, you get whatever microphone is within your budget and whichever one you think sounds best. So that's entirely up to you. And that wraps up our lavalier comparison video. I hope you found a microphone that you like. Go down and leave me a comment. Let me know which one sounds best to you. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. If this is your first time here, be sure to hit that subscribe button, followed by the notification bell so you don't miss anything and you can continue to learn how to master your mobile. And I will see you in the next video.